welcome to Revival Town Podcast. I'm Chuck Tate. That's Andy King.
Hey, mate, you doing all right?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. We've got a great guest today. I don't know if you knew this. Gentleman called Jason Vanruler is going to be on today. He's been on a few times, and we talk a little bit about it. Huge English soccer fan.
Yeah.
Last season, though, he hasn't done it this season, but last season he played in our fantasy soccer league.
Oh, okay.
And we got a bunch of people that are in it. Carlos Whitaker and Leland's in it, and
you got some movers and shakers in there,
it's been really cool. We have about 40 guys that play it, and Mark, who's been on, my mate Mark,
Roger
Dave Jane, Roger, they're all on it. They're all on it, right?
Yeah.
All the cool kids are on it. So, but Jason played last year because of his commitments and everything he's going on in his life. Hasn't done this year.
Yeah.
But it was a great way of connecting with him off the podcast stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
this guy's a good guy. And this is my favorite interview with him.
Yeah.
And he has a brand new book coming out. You're going to hear all about it. But we had a blast.
Yeah.
A lot of laughing, a lot of fun. And you're going to hear about an idea that came up during this episode that's going to happen in the future on Revival Town Podcast.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We're going to do a different bit of show.
Oh, that's right.
When I'm around the twist.
Yeah.
And I'm getting all crazy.
It's all crazy.
No, we're gonna do something we've never done before.
That's right. Listen, you got to listen right to the end to find out something we may be doing in the near future. No,
not maybe.
You are really into it.
We are going to do this.
Are you needing help or what? You're really into this.
Yes, I do. Let's pray now. No, okay.
Well, why don't you sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, and enjoy this conversation with Jason.
Hey, everybody, it's time for another conversation on Revival Town Podcast. Our guest today, Jason Vanruler, is a therapist, coach, speaker, and author dedicated to impacting those who make an impact. His first book, Get Past Your Past, is all about establishing a mindset of emotional health and resilience to find lasting wholeness. But he has a brand new book coming out. We're going to talk to him about that next. Jason, welcome back to Revival Town.
Oh, I have been looking forward to this, guys. This is so good. Thanks for having me again.
Yes. Oh, it's so good to have you back. And it's just before we went live, just having a good time. That's what, it's just always a good time talking to you, hanging out. So.
And Jason's a fellow, he loves English football. Did you know that, Chuck?
I gathered that when you disregarded my conversation with him and you guys started talking World Cup.
Yeah, he's got tickets to the World Cup. I'm trying to see if I can win an angle to try and get some.
Hey, Andy, that's right. Chuck is actually on the call today. I forgot about that. Hey, Chuck, how's it going?
I'm actually gonna find a couch here at the Dream Center. I'm just gonna lay on that while you guys have your conversation here.
We'll chat. We'll let you know when we're finished.
Yeah. We'll tell you when you can say something.
But hey, I have a question for you before we even get going. I mean, you have a massive Instagram following, and not just following, but you have impact, real impact. And so let me ask you a question. Does Sharon Stone still follow you?
She does. Yeah.
Yay! All right.
How bizarre is that?
That's great. Yeah, you find people follow you that, I mean, you would never think would follow you. And it's just the power of social media. I mean, for all the bad things, there's some pretty cool things too, which is like you can be talking to someone you could never get access to any other way. So it's been a wild ride.
Yeah, my parents follow me, and
my aunt messages me sometimes, mostly about the weather, but I get some of those. Right?
Oh my goodness!
We joke around, but a lot of the folks that we get onto Revival Town, it's just reaching out through social media. We may know them, or they may know someone that we know, and so obviously that makes it easier. But that it's amazing how you can get connected with someone that you normally would never get connected to through social media.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because I have to make everything into a teaching point, guys, this is what I tell people is all it takes is the effort to reach out and say something.
Yeah.
And so then what if we did that in real life?
Wow.
You know, because how many people do we pass that we never do that? Where it's like that could be the next job for us, the next friend, the next thing.
Yeah.
And it's like now we become kind of comfortable on social media, but the hard thing is do it in person. Try this in real life.
Man, hang on a second. Hey, Mom.
Not you, Chuck. We're trying to cut that back. We're trying to cut that out. We don't want any more of that.
Well, Jason, I know that you have been on the show a few times now, but can you just tell us, who is Jason? What do you love to do? What do you do? A lot of people are there like, we don't know this guy. Tell us about it. Can you just tell us a little bit into your world?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this takes about 6 hours, so I'll get started. I mean, hour one, I was born. It was night. No. I'll make it a lot more succinct than that.
At least 3 hours.
I'll give you the shortened version. Here's what I would say is like, I just start by telling you what matters to me. I'm married. I've got 3 kids. That's pretty much the most important stuff, is just the people around my dinner table every night. And so for me, that's where a lot of my focus goes. And what I have outside of that focus is just how do I honor God through the work I do helping people? And most of what I help people do is navigate relationships and emotional awareness and communication. And I get to do that by speaking like in keynotes, working with people one-on-one, or working with couples and organizations.
Okay.
Well, it didn't take 6 hours. That's great.
Yeah.
No. And hobbies. Let's see. How about a hobby? Fly fishing, because I like to be frustrated and spend money. That's one of my favorite things. My wife's always like, you could buy a trout for like $6. And I like, but would you be so annoyed buying it as you get to be fly fishing? Could you have the same emotional process? So I like fly fishing, and I like running. This year I got to run my first half marathon with my oldest son, which was a banner moment for me. That was like a bucket list thing to get to do. You'll love this. He was way faster than me, obviously. He's 15, so he's way faster. My wife says, I'm going to come out and watch you, but I'm going to come to this one stop. And, so in my head, I go, well, I better be running when she sees me, right? Because, you don't want to be walking then. And so about halfway through the race, they're handing out cookies. And I think, a cookie sounds pretty good right now. And so where my wife actually showed up is to see me walking up a hill, eating a cookie, holding a Gatorade. So it went from one of the best moments of my life to I hope she deletes the photo. So it's been a year. So I loosely I enjoy running. I mostly enjoy walking with cookies on a race course. Yes. It was a good day.
Hey, there's your next book, Walking with Cookies. Man.
I mean, when I heard my name, she's like, that's the guiltiest I've ever seen you look. She's like, your face was purple. You dropped the cookie. She's like, I would have paid to see that. That was great.
That's great.
That seriously is, that made my day.
Oh, that's story of the day.
I'm glad my pain and embarrassment pleased you. Thank you.
We can close the podcast now. That was enough.
That was
a good run.
That was worth it today. That was worth having you on the show. So you have your son that ran with you or walked and ate cookies with you is 15. So how old are your kids?
Yes, I've got 15. My daughter's 12, and then my youngest son is 10.
All right, good. Good deal.
So we're in the season where I know what to do. When they were little babies, I was like, I don't know what to do with these things. I was you can't talk to them. What's supposed to happen? But it's like, it's been the most fun because now like I get to be helpful. They're talking to me about their friends and relationships. And I'm like, I actually can speak to that. And I don't think they like it, but I've had a wonderful time. It's been great.
So, I was just going to ask you that. What do they think about your vocation and your ministry, what you do? Obviously, you help a lot of people. You're gifted, a very gifted therapist. Honestly, I love watching your videos. You have so much wisdom, and you give people practical steps if they will follow. It really is going to help them relationally. What do your kids think about that?
They're so impressed, Chuck. They started a fan club for me. They're all, premier members. No, they're like woefully unimpressed. You know, it's like I could say to them, I
Oh,
could
I
say
thought
like,
you were
hey,
serious about the fan
no,
club. I was like,
no. I could
my
say
dad
like,
and
hey,
cookies. Yeah,
so
yeah.
I could say like, hey, my new book hit the New York Times, and they'd be like, that's cool. Are you taking me to practice? That's
Yeah,
awesome. Good job.
yeah.
Good job, Dad. Here's what I would say. I think the older they get, the more they appreciate it. And so what's been really fun is you sometimes get those moments where you hear your kids are proud of you. And that just is heartwarming. And so I've gotten to have some of those. But we have a thing in my house now where it's like, Dad, don't do the therapist thing. And so the kids have now sort of like understood that means I'm going to ask unfortunate questions.
Yeah.
And so I think it's revered and hated simultaneously in my house.
Yeah, yeah. Your
And
son's
you
like,
force your kids to do a half marathon as well. That doesn't go over well, does it?
Yeah, that was on a fun day, Andy.
Yeah.
That was for a treat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Right.
you're a great dad.
So your son's like, hey, I have a girl coming to dinner. Do not analyze her.
And I'm like, that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Yeah. I'm like, I cannot bring the notepad. I will agree to not bring the notepad, but I will be doing it.
That's
Yes.
classic.
Yeah, she has a distant relationship with her father. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, well, let's talk about your new book, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
discovering your communication type, the 5 paths to deeper connections and stronger relationships. That's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a long title. I took it seriously. I want to tell you what the book does.
Well, why don't you tell us about the 5 types that you outline in the book? Can you do that?
Yeah. So the gist of the book is most people know the 5 love languages. They know books like that. And what I love about books like that are they tell you a little bit about who you are, and then they tell you how to connect with other people. But in my experience, over and over again, whenever I work with an individual, a couple, organizations even, communication is almost always the complaint. You know, it's like we just can't communicate, we can't talk, we can't have hard conversations. And so I thought, what if I did some sort of system where you could identify a primary and secondary type, which is really the why you communicate, and then you could use that to have better conversations with others. So that's what it is. So it's an acronym. It's paths. The P is peacemaker. And the why behind that is that people who communicate that way primarily, what they're seeking in conversation is harmony. Okay, so they do not want conflict. They don't want to feel discomfort. They want to feel at peace and harmony. The A is the advocate. And what those people want is fairness, right? They want what's just. They want what's right. Andy, you'll love this. I was at the Chelsea soccer game and doing all the things, standing in this long line to get, I think we were getting concessions. And this big guy comes up and starts talking to us, and someone cuts in front of us. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, you know, whatever. People cut all the time. I'm not going to say a word. But this towering guy who's like 7 feet tall or something with the deepest, British accent, he picks on this guy that cut in front of me. Like the guy didn't even cut in front of him, and he's picking on this guy. And the reason is because he's an advocate. Because what he cares about is if it's fair.
Yeah.
The T is a thinker, and thinkers care about what makes sense to them and what is factual in their mind. The H is a harbor, and they care about feelings and making space for others. And then the S is the spark, and they have a lot of range and impact, but they don't always like a lot of depth. And so what the book helps you do is identify kind of your primary and secondary. And what's kind of funny is we rarely marry people with the same ones as us. And so then it teaches you what to do now that you know.
Oh, I love that. I mean, so many people struggle with communication breakdown. And that's usually, I think, the key to a marriage that is on its way to an end. A lot of times, what I've noticed, and I could be wrong, it's not infidelity, it's communication breakdown. Is that accurate?
Yeah, most of the time, it's just sort of like we can't talk, we don't know how to get through it, I just give up. I see couples that do that all the time. It's just like, well, if we can't do the most basic thing, where is there any hope that it's going to be different?
Yeah. Well, for the listener, the person watching right now who feels stuck in their own relationship, what would you have to say to them? Encourage them, not make them feel
encourage.
worse.
Okay, I was going to say it's probably.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's probably the other person's fault, but that's not encouraging. Let's think encouraging. Here's what I'll tell you. There's a lot of hope. Otherwise, I'd have the worst job in the world. So I have the best job in the world because there is hope. I think when you can learn how to communicate with the person you chose, a lot of times you find the love you lost. But you have to be able to communicate first. And I think what happens is everybody does their best to kind of get along initially, and we sort of water it down and dilute who we are. But when push comes to shove and we're stressed or there's a lot on the line, we actually just kind of return to our natural way of communicating. And that's often where the problem starts.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Good.
Was when you were writing this book, obviously you're pulling from experience, but were you seeing a trend to what was going on in relationships with regards to communication, to where you're like, I really need to address this? Is it something you're seeing now,
Yeah. I mean, I think what I see so often is like a lot of people are talking, but they don't really understand what's behind it. And so we don't have a lot of connection. There's just like a lot of content, but there's not a lot of why, and it doesn't really resonate with people.
Yeah.
And so what I was finding is that I would have a couple in and they'd say, hey, we're on the brink of separation or divorce. We can't communicate. I'd go through this system, and, the system's based on a lot of research I did and existing theories and, Enneagram and attachment and trauma, all those things. But I would teach people this and it would make a change. Now, that's not to say everything was rosy and wonderful, but people were able to start having conversations. Yeah. And so it felt like if I'm teaching this all the time anyway, I should make it bigger.
Yeah.
What do you think prevents people from having hard conversations?
Discomfort. Who wants to have a hard conversation? And the people who do, you don't want to have hard conversations with. The people who are like, I love hard conversations, that's scary. Those people scare me. So I mean, I think it's like we don't want to be rejected. I mean, who wants that? And if you have an attachment style or an attachment wound where you were rejected by somebody who should have never rejected you, that can feel like the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. Wow. So I mean, where do you start? Obviously, when you've got a couple, a lot of this is obviously couples, right? Are you starting with one and then the other, or both together? And how do you start really trying to find not only where the breakdown is, but then what communication style they are? So then it opens your eyes as to what's happening. Can you just go through how you would help a couple?
Yeah. So, and it's kind of the same for a couple, a team. What I have them do is do the assessment. So the assessment's 25 questions. It's pretty quick, but it kind of helps you identify your primary, secondary. And so then once we've done that, we understand our why, right? So if I'm a harbor, what I care about is I care about emotions, right? And making space for others. So if my partner is a thinker, and they care about what they think and what they think is factual and what they think is systemic and what adds up, you can already see we're going to have a problem. Right? And so when we understand the why behind how we communicate, we can start to honor that that's what's true for the other person and then build a bridge between those places.
I see.
Well,
because otherwise it's a little bit ambiguous. It's and just for reference, like I'm a harbor, my wife's a thinker. So, what do you think we fight about? Well, we think about what I feel and what she thinks. And if we don't stop ourselves and go, okay, but let me honor what she just said, or let me honor how he feels, we can do that for hours. I mean, that's just a cycle. So the minute you start to kind of go, oh, well, that's why that happens, it has a lot less power over us.
Well, what are some of the most common mistakes then that you see each of the 5 types making?
Yeah, they get so imbalanced. So the good news is like each of the types is great, and they're great in certain environments. Who doesn't want an advocate as a friend? Who doesn't want someone to defend them and be for what's right and just, or who doesn't want someone to make space for them? Like all of those things are great, but I think where people get in trouble is number one, they don't understand themselves. So they lack some self-awareness. There's a great study they did, and it's hard to understand how they measured it, but this researcher, Tasha Eurich, she interviewed people and said, do you think you're self-aware? Do you think you're self-aware? Okay. And it was really funny because it was like 90% or 100% of people were like, I'm totally self-aware. Okay. And this must have been the best for her. I've gotten to interact a little bit with her, but she then like handed out a quiz and she's like, well, let's see. Which I mean, my heart would have sank, right? Because I'm like, well, now I got to prove it. Well, so what she found is actually 10 to 15% of people were truly self-aware.
Wow.
So if we don't know ourselves, then we don't know our internal world, and we also don't understand how things land, right? If I don't understand me and I don't understand how things land with you, it's going to be hard to have a relationship. And so I think where people get it wrong is like they don't understand one or both of those pieces, and they struggle.
Wow. I mean, do you just see people's worlds like open up when they understand these different ways of communicating? I mean, because it's like, pulling the blinders off. What is that like for you as someone who's trying to help a couple or a team?
It's a great feeling, to be honest. I mean, that's like the best part of the job is, for most of my career, I've really tried to commit to like, how do I help people change fast? And the fast part is just because when we want to change is usually a pretty small window of time we're willing to do it. And so to be able to say like, oh, that worked, and to see people go, oh, they are my best friend. I kind of forgot about that. Or, oh, we do kind of want the same things. We just talk differently. Like that. I mean, to me, that's a God moment, honestly, like that's not me, because, I'll tell you, like when I wrote the book, and this might sound kind of funny, but like, I felt like God was just giving me the book. Like, I don't know if you guys have felt that way when you do something, but I just felt like it wasn't even mine. And so to see those moments is like, that's just a God thing. And I'm so privileged to get to witness it.
Yeah, man, I love it. Well, it's great. I mean, obviously you're a practicing therapist. You help a lot of people. You're on social media. You help a lot of people. Now this book is going to help so many people, and you might not even see the other side of that. Can you take a moment and just tell us what does true communication look like? We've talked about communication. There are communication barriers, and obviously bad communication is going to stifle a relationship. What is true communication, or what does true connection look like, I should say?
Yeah, well, both of those. I mean, I think what it really looks like is I'm seen, heard, understood, and we're headed in a direction. So sometimes we settle for just being seen, heard, and understood, but that doesn't really take us anywhere. I think true communication is being pointed in the same direction at the same time. And when we do that and we can be seen, heard, and understood, that's when it happens. And connection is a result.
And I know we've talked a lot about relationships and a married couple and things like that, but how does this really play out with an organization? Because I know you do a lot of team building and things like that. Is it different? Do you have to tweak it a bit, or is it the same?
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, it's actually pretty similar. I mean, the thing is imagine for a second that you're on a team and the leader of the team, okay, they're a harbor and they're focused on emotion. Okay. And now imagine that leader leads 5 people and 4 of the 5 are advocates. Okay. And 1 is a thinker. Do they get much done? Probably not. Right.
No.
Right. Because everyone's communicating for different reasons. So what's really cool is, again, just kind of getting them to identify and just say, so how do you think that lands with the other person? When we have that awareness, that's one of the biggest things that we kind of miss is a lot of times people will learn about themselves, but they fail to learn how it impacts others. Right. And that's the thing I've kind of had to learn is, I love to talk about feelings. I could talk to you guys about feelings for, 10 or 12 or, 30 hours. But I've had to learn you might not want that. Right. And so, you might get tired at about 3 hours. And so what you have to learn how to do is you have to go like, just because I love it and it's my why doesn't mean it's always appropriate for the situation. there are times when it doesn't matter how you feel, right? If you're going in for surgery and you want the surgeon to do their best work, you usually don't lead with how do you feel today, right? You just want them to do a good job. And so there are times where I have to say, even though it's how I'm wired, it's not helpful now. Wow. But I have to know myself to do that.
Do you see that with organizations and with teams? Obviously, there's some of the difficult questions that's why you're going into that world. Do you see some walls come up when you start saying, well, you're really like a harbor, or you know what I mean? Like, how do you break down some of those ideas that they may have for themselves? But you being there, you obviously realize this is why the team isn't working. Mm-hmm. How do you present that to the team without them kicking you out?
Oh, I usually get kicked out. Actually, I've never completed one. I'm usually run out of town. That's why I was so shocked you guys had me on twice. I'm usually not asked back. So this is, here's the thing. Not everyone is excited to learn about who they are, right? Mm. So you have to kind of temper. Not everyone is thrilled about personal development. And so I think what I do with people is I talk a lot about a different outcome. And then we talk about the process to get to the different outcome. Because if we all agree that we want the same outcome, then we can probably figure out the process. Yeah. But if I tell them the process first, right, people are difficult to get on board. So if I say, hey, we're going to kind of go on a journey of self-discovery and you're going to learn it, people are like, I don't want to hear any of that. But if I say, hey, what if I came in your team and you had better retention, you had less turnover, and we made more sales, are you interested? So what I'm trying to find with the team is a shared goal or direction, and then we work out what needs to happen to get there.
Wow, I love that. You just flip the script. So how can you turn your communication style into your superpower?
Yeah, well, where it lands the best, right? So what's great about that is who your people are, the room that you need to be in to make the most impact. And you'll also know when what you're going to say is probably not going to be so helpful, and it's better to listen. Yeah. I think people are not always great at listening. And so this helps you identify, like if I'm in a room full of advocates and they're doing their thing, I'm a good listener that day. Like I can be a good listener. I can share, but my job isn't to overtake the room. It's to learn. Yeah. And so I think that kind of helps people to kind of go like this is a both and. None of this is negative. So I always tell people when you take the assessment, there's not a bad one to be. It's just information.
Yeah. Wow. So I struggle, and I tell this when I meet with couples and people. I'm a work in progress when it comes to listening because I'm used to speaking. I'm usually leading the room, speaking from a stage. On top of that, I only have 27% of my hearing outside without hearing aids. With hearing aids, I do struggle. What would you say? What would you say to me if I said, "Man, Jason, I need to be a better listener. Can you help me?"
Yeah, I'd say I'm sorry I wasn't listening, Chuck. Can you? What was the request? I apologize. I was thinking about something else. I'm so sorry. I got to give you a hard time. You know what?
I didn't know we were turning this into a therapy session.
So hey, can you go ahead and pray for us, Jason, as we wrap this up today? If you could
Would you mind? Yeah.
Quickly.
You're like, that was me being vulnerable, Jason. So thank you for shutting that down. No, here's what I tell you: is listening is just a skill to develop. I mean, honestly, okay. It's the thing is you got to figure out how you listen best and what it takes for you to do that, because everybody needs something a little bit different. And so it's like for me, when I'm working with clients, like I don't have a phone around me. I don't have a lot of distractions in the environment. It's pretty quiet. It's like I can do this conversation with you guys, because I'm in a set environment. But if we were in like a coffee shop, I couldn't do this very well. Like I just would not be a very good listener. So I think what people struggle with the most is not knowing where they listen best.
Ooh.
Because there's a place you listen better than other places, and that's the place to have conversations.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm just amazed. You have hearing aids? Just sorry.
What?
Andy's learning today. I like it.
I just thought you didn't
hey.
like me and ignored me all the time.
Well, that too. It's really both. It's really both. Yeah.
So, honestly, I didn't know I know my hearing's bad. I've been wearing hearing aids for years and years, but I just had my ears tested last week, and I didn't realize how bad my hearing has gotten. But praise God for technology. So
yeah.
But anyway, so
what do you?
Along with that, yeah, I would just a quick word on that. Along with that, like that is a legitimate thing, So I mean, again, it's where do I show up where it's easiest to do that, knowing there's challenges.
Yeah,
so because I'm not
stop meeting with people at Starbucks.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not good at that. I'm not good at the coffee shop because I'm looking around. Do I know this person? What's going on? So it's like start with where it's easy and work from there.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
That's so good, so practical.
I'm never meeting you at a coffee shop again.
Never again.
Never.
Okay, Jason, take 30 seconds to analyze both Andy and I. Go.
I need much longer. Much longer. I will get back to you. There's going to be a report. Yes.
It's going to be an essay. It's going to be pages.
Yeah, it's a report and a bill. A report and a bill. Cool. So you'll get those in the mail. It'll be great.
Oh, great. Great. Well, Jason, we have had a good time, and seriously, like what you are sharing is so important, not just to the married couple, but also to the team. I know of a lot of teams, whether that's pastoral teams, whether that's nonprofit teams, business teams. This is something that really could change the way not only people are communicating within the team, but one another within a team. That we have one of our core value, our staff values here at the Dream Center is throw the grenade. And when we're around the table and someone may not agree with something that may be happening, we'll say, hey, the individual may say, hey, I need to throw the grenade, because we'd rather throw the grenade in the room with the people than outside where it can really smash up a lot of people because it's rumors. So we eliminate the meeting outside the meeting. And we have found that to be really a good way for communication, to just say that, like, I need to throw the grenade right now. Everyone in the room knows something is about to be said that is for us as a team, right? And we want to get it sorted out here and now and not carry it out. And it's part of that communication, the way that we've tried to do things here at Dream Center is to throw things on the table. Like if something's really bothering someone, there's a whole team that can come alongside someone and say, okay, we're with you. We understand what you're saying. And obviously, I don't know if it goes against anything in your book, but this is just, it's helped us as a team.
Jason's like, no, do not pull the pin. There are people walking around Dream Center with shrapnel in their face.
I'm just so disappointed. The whole book is about grenades, and so you ruined the whole thing, Andy. So thanks a lot.
Oh, great. Sorry about that. But it's to help that communication. I'd rather it happen within the room than leaving the room and then rumor and gossip just starts killing the team. And so that's something we do here. So I don't know if that's
what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you bring grenades into conversation, people listen.
Yeah.
People they're going to pay attention.
Yeah.
I think you should have a grenade and you should just pull a pin, and
We
that
do
should
have
be
a
the
fake
signal.
toy.
Yeah,
We do have a
Yeah.
fake toy that's just
So basically,
yeah,
I mean, it's dealing with sources of irritation instead of pretending they're not there.
correct,
Right?
and
I mean, is
not
that what
having a
you're-
meeting
Yeah.
outside of a meeting. That's
Yeah.
what we're trying to eliminate with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Is we're
Yeah.
not going to have meetings outside of meetings when we're all in the room. We should be able to communicate.
yeah. I mean, I think of it like we have a gas stove. It's like turning off the gas, right? Because otherwise the gas is leaking. Eventually, something's going to make it blow up, right? Because I want to stick with the blowing up theme.
Sure,
So eventually, something is
Yeah.
going to explode. But here's what I would say is the beauty of what you're talking about, Andy, is you're telling people in a moment, pay attention, this matters.
Yeah.
That's what that does. And
Yeah.
and that's what is so lost a lot of times in communication is pay attention, this matters.
Yeah.
Right? When I make social media content, when I first started, they said, "Hey, you have 10 seconds, Jason. You got 10 seconds to hook people's attention or they're going to move on." And everyone was up in arms and they said, 10 seconds. What has happened to our attention span? It's 2 seconds now. It's 2 seconds. So what you're doing is you're saying, hey, wait a second. We got to pay attention. And we're pointed in the same direction. And I think that, I mean, from a communication standpoint, that's exactly what you want to do.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad that the therapist thought my grenade thing was okay. Because it had been a real lonely time on this podcast. If we didn't.
Yeah.
It just goes silent. I'm
Yeah,
like, well,
yeah.
that's a terrible idea. And it's just cricket.
Guys,
Yeah.
I'm just going to have to say this. I'm going to go ahead and throw a grenade.
Oh, no.
And no.
Oh, that got awkward quick.
I like
Oh,
it.
my goodness.
Oh, well,
Wow.
Jason, we want to thank you for sharing that. And I know people, especially married couples, are definitely going to be listening to what you have to say through this book. But they may be listening right now and say, man, I could just do with a bit of help. Could you just pray for those couples that may be listening right now, or teams,
Yeah.
that are listening? Could you lead us in prayer?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's pray. Lord, first, I am so grateful for these two men and just the conversation that we've had and really the questions they've asked and just their heart for you, Lord. Lord, today we've had a lot of laughs. We've talked in many ways about one of the most serious things that we face in relationships, which is, can I be seen, heard, and understood? And so, Lord, I just ask if someone is listening to this and they feel like they're not seen, heard, or understood, or they know what it's like to love somebody or want to be close but feel like they can't. Lord, just help them to have hope that it could be different. Lord, breathe life into their relationship. Help them to understand that when they can communicate well together, they're probably more alike than different. Lord, I just thank you so much for all the people and the personalities and the types and just all the different ways we communicate. Lord, help us to have a heart that's curious. Help us to pursue each other and to pursue you. And Lord, just bless everyone who's listening today. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Well, when's the book coming out? Tell us how to get it. And of course, Andy's going to ask you to tell people how to connect with you, but tell us about the book.
Well, you just
Yeah,
did it
so-
for me. You just did it.
Thank you.
I pulled the pin.
Chuck is just doing the work. He's over there over functioning. Andy, you got to start pulling your weight. Come on now.
Oh man. All right.
It's out April 14th. So it'll be out then, and we'll do the launch stuff and the pre-order. So really excited about that.
And Amazon will be the best route. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. It'll be all of them, but Amazon definitely is always good too.
And how can people connect with you? Because Chuck already told you were going to say this. So how can people connect with you, especially Instagram? If Sharon Stone's following you, then everyone should be, right?
Yeah, that's what I think. You can Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I do longer videos on YouTube, and then I do more leadership stuff on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So
excellent.
I'm doing all of it all the time. Yeah.
Wow. Come on now.
All right. And what's the username?
Yeah, it's Jason.Vanruler, or I think LinkedIn is just Jason Vanruler.
Okay. All right.
Right on. And the name of the book is Discovering Your Communication Type, the 5 Paths to Deeper Connections and Stronger Relationships.
That's good.
Yes.
Well, we are at that point in the podcast where we're going to ask you 3 questions, the big 3. And
The big 3.
got nothing to do with what we've talked about. Although it might do, but we'll see.
It might.
Okay, are you gonna do the first one?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Jason, if your communication style were a movie character, who would it be and why?
Boy.
Man, you went deep.
You really, and you nailed it right off the bat. A movie character. I got to think about this. I almost think a character out of like Good Will Hunting, sort of that. A little Dead Poet Society, kind of reflective.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Yeah, that's going to be my answer. I think something like that would probably be the character.
All right.
Obviously, the woes of Chelsea Football Club have been happening.
I knew you were going to do it. I knew you couldn't help yourself. That's all right. That's all right.
What are your thoughts on the new manager that has been appointed? Because no one knows him.
I think you just said my thoughts. No one knows him. Those are my thoughts.
No, I got a better question. You
Okay.
obviously went to England, saw Chelsea.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of that trip, though?
I would say it was the new swear words we learned, Andy. There were a lot of swear words I never heard at that game, and on the way home with my kids, it was just a highlight to explain to them what it all meant. It was really good.
The book's about communication. Right?
Oh man!
Actually, what I would say about that is there was this one moment where we were just like walking around this city together, and as a family. And we had like gotten bread and cheese, and it was just like the perfect day. And we're in the culture, and it was like I love that. My whole family loves it there. And the people, sometimes people will say things about different people, and it's like they were so nice to us. I don't know if we just looked like we needed help, but everyone was so kind. It was lovely, and the game itself majestic. I loved it.
You could have picked a better game.
I could have picked a better game. Yeah, I flew over there to see them lose. That was sort of the goal. Is I was like, how much money could I spend to watch someone lose? And I got my wish. It was great.
Who are they playing?
I think back then it was Man City is what it was.
Okay, well,
so that was an easy loss.
They
didn't really need to do the game, but they wanted to put on a show. So it was nice.
Well, don't worry. My team, Manchester United, they're going through the manager woes at the minute as well. So, we're fine. We're fine.
We're all struggling a little. Yeah.
Chuck has no idea what we're talking about, and it's great.
but my dad does.
Chuck's dad is an avid Premier League fan, like serious fan, and both of us only found this out 2 months ago.
Yeah, I didn't even know this because we're huge college basketball fans in Missouri Valley Conference at that Bradley basketball. My dad's like a walking encyclopedia, and we've always been about Bradley basketball. I didn't even, my brother-in-law, he's Chinese, he's from Indonesia. He's massive
Liverpool
soccer fan. Yeah, Liverpool fan. I didn't know my dad had got into soccer because of that a while ago, but I never knew it.
Honestly, I am not joking. I am getting texts all week long because he's watching the games that were on Saturday, but they finally are available on a Wednesday. And so he's like, yep, Cunha just scored. I'm like, that was Wednesday. That was last week. Like,
my dad, he watches college basketball games from Bradley that are already over. He'll go on YouTube and watch them, but he'll send me stats. It is. So
I want to be
funny.
friends with your dad. This sounds great.
Wow,
Yeah.
great.
When you go to a game with him, he'll tell you who scored, and you're like, I know, I'm here.
I know I'm here. Now that's a communication issue. We
Yeah,
can work
yeah,
through that.
yeah.
We can work through
Oh,
that. Yeah.
I
my
think,
goodness.
Chuck, you need to communicate better with him instead of yelling at me all the time.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got to quit throwing grenades at him.
Oh,
So, all right.
Last-
Third question.
Yeah.
If you had to give a TED Talk tomorrow on a completely random topic, what would it be? And would people still clap at the end?
Wow.
Oh man.
Did you AI that question?
He did. I'll take it. I'll still take it. But yes.
Can you say it in a robot voice next time?
Yeah. Does it have all the dashes in the question that ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Let's see on a random. So it couldn't be related to what I do. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. I mean, I could give a pretty sweet TED Talk on fly fishing.
Oh.
And I don't know if anyone would clap at the end, but I could connect it to life lessons. So I could do that one tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah, I'd love to do that. Yeah.
Check you out.
I would love to.
Or the best kind of cookies to eat during a race. That TED Talk would also be on stage. Yeah. One might be better regarded than the other. We don't know.
That's classic.
We'll see.
Oh man. I fish, but I would love to fly fish. I've never done it, but I love normal fishing, like real bass and all that. But I would love to do fly fishing.
Oh, I do fry fish all the time. I like to fry fish.
Fly.
Andy, I can get you started. This is what you do. You get some string, some fly fishing string. You take $100, right? You flush it down the toilet. You take the string. You get a bunch of lures. You mangle it all up in a mess, and then you stand in a creek and try to get it out.
Okay.
And you got it. If you can do that, you're in.
Okay.
You're in. But,
all right.
But the truth is, I love it, man. Those moments, I love to walk up the river or down the river. And so it's like to be out. What's interesting and probably good is I don't even care if I catch anything. I just want to be out there. Yeah. And when I take my kids, we're all in the same place at the same time. Yeah. And so it's like that to me is the win.
Yeah. Do you know Carlos Whitaker?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a whole account that I follow. Yeah. He's like your dad. One day, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm a fly fishing expert. And I'm like, what? And he's like, oh yeah, I got a separate account for that. Like, okay, all right, I'm learning.
Oh, good stuff, man. Funny. Well, this has been fun.
By the way, when you do the TED Talk, I wouldn't start with the $100 explanation. All right?
Is that going to be bad for the industry?
Yeah, because it'll turn everyone off right away.
I used to tell friends because friends would say, "What is ice fishing like?" And I said, open your window in the winter and stare into your toilet with a line. And that's pretty much how it looks.
That's brilliant.
Brilliant. It's a little less rewarding, but it's about the same.
Oh, wow. Jason, it's been great having you on today. And no, seriously, folks, make sure you're checking out Jason's new book that's going to come out. And also...
and your stand-up comedy on Netflix.
Yeah,
I would love
also,
that.
tell us about your previous books, real quick. Quick.
So previous book was Get Past Your Past. Yep, and so really what that book's about is a little bit different, but it's if you come from a hard situation, circumstances, disappointments, how do we work through that to have a better life?
Okay,
yeah. So that one came out. I guess it's been about 2 years now. So
that was the last time you were on, then.
Yeah. Okay, and you were able to get past that, and now you have a new book.
Enough people have gotten past it. We're ready for something new. Yeah. But if they don't like this book, they can read the other one and get past it anytime they want. So
honestly, Get Past Your Past is a great book. So for those listening, or this is your first time meeting Jason, go get that book right now. The new one comes out in April, but get Past Your Past. And no pun intended, and you're going to love it.
Yeah. Well, Jason, thank you so much for being on Revival Town today. We love having you on, and we'll write another book so you can come on again.
No. Here's what we're going to do. For real. Let's do this. We're going to have you on again before we have another book. And we are going to do it on location. We're going to both lay down on couches and we'll use the Rode wireless mics.
Okay.
And we're going to let you analyze this. We'll come up with some fun questions. I think it'd be great.
All right.
I would totally do that.
All right, let's do it.
Sounds great.
It sounds great.
Oh, by the way, if you open that door that's behind you, I'm in the hallway.
That's not weird at all. And you're not the first. So don't worry.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, thank you so much, Jason. And again, I think that's a good idea. You had a good idea today, Chuck. That's pretty good. Yeah. Doing the couch thing.
Let's do it.
You'll fall asleep though.
It's honestly, it's a dream of mine to do more live work. Like I think we like as a therapist, that's how I learned how to be a therapist is I went and I watched other people do it. And so there's something super powerful, I think, about that. I don't know if you guys actually want to do that, but
yes, we're gonna
every week we'll do it.
I mean, I think in 6 or 7 years we should have it licked. It should be pretty good. You know?
It's gonna be called your new podcast, Lying Down with Jason Vanruler.
I need to hire you for marketing, Chuck. That's good. Yeah. And by the way, I won't have any licensure problems with Lying Down with Jason Vanruler. That ethically could not go bad at all.
No,
I think that sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, Jason,
stuff.
I want to thank you for coming on. I think that's the third or fourth time.
Yeah, I am still thanked, and I could not truly, you guys. You guys are great. I love you guys. So this is a good talk.
All right. Thank you for coming on Revival Town today.
Yeah.
For real.
I'm going to go ahead and throw a grenade.
Thanks, mate. See you soon.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What a great conversation.
Great conversation.
Yeah.
It might have got me World Cup tickets as well.
Hey, man. Thank you, Jason Vanruler.
Yeah.
Good stuff, as always.
Yeah, thank you, Jason. Yeah. Great to have you on. So I guess we're going to do an episode with us both on a couch. We're going to separate couches.
Yeah. Yes. You have the remote road mics.
Yeah. So we can do it
there, and then we can. Yeah, I can have it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out how to do it. And that will be the most unique episode yet.
That'll be good. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. All right. Well, you know what's next, don't you? Yes. For those who, we say it every week, but just in case there's anyone new watching or listening, and hopefully there are, this is where I'm going to throw a rhyming Cockney slang. Would you like to say that?
Yeah. Rhyming Cockney slang.
You got it good. There you go. And a phrase from England, which is where I'm originally from, and things that they don't say over in America. Yeah. You got to guess what it is.
Words that I'm unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
But if you're part of our Guide TV audience in the UK, you can play along. Because, I mean, you already know.
You already know.
You know.
Yeah. The other night, are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
The other night, I got into a bit of jip.
The other night, you got into a bit of jip?
Jip.
You got into a bit of jip.
Got into a bit of jip. You're always in a bit of jip.
I'm always in a bit of jip, which means you got a little bit of trouble. That's my guess.
Oh, look at you!
Really?
I did not think you would get that at all.
Wow.
But you did. I mean, you got it on the old taint his mate.
Yeah, usually I get in a little bit of jip when we're doing this.
Oh, all the time, bro.
Right. Wow,
no, that's what it was, Jip. You got it right, mate. You got it right.
All right, good.
Well, thank you for listening, watching to Revival Town, and we talk about it all the time. We took a bit of time off last year, at the end of last year, but it is great to be back doing the podcast, and we have got some incredible guests coming up in the next few weeks.
Yeah, our next couple guests.
Yeah.
Are heavy hitters and talk about two different stories that are going to be not just interesting but powerful.
Yeah.
So it's going to be powerful.
Make sure you're checking back with us next week and next few weeks and telling people that the next two. You want to be telling people about it. Yeah, we don't want to give away who it is, but
don't miss it.
You don't want to miss these. So, again, thank you for watching, listening to Revival Town, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Revival Town Podcast. Make sure you're following us on social media and remember to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. For more information, head on over to revivaltownpodcast.com.